The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show. It's time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, then you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries with 2 strangers and 1 target where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and is even loved by Hollywood celebrities including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Order Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, now available at Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on paperback and ebook on Amazon as well. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love would be the first to go missing. It's available on paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and is even loved by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So get your copy today. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon and more. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a terrific songwriter, web show host, illustrator, actress, who is pretty much branded a firebrand by the New York Times from New York City in the underground, crowned Miss Underground of 2017. And she also teaches music in Lower Manhattan. She's been doing it for years. Nominated Best Actress as Stella in 200 Rhinoceros. And she has a web talk show host called Rewandwho. We'll find out more about that. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plush Studios in beautiful downtown New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented songwriter, web show host, illustrator, actress, and am I missing something here? Ladies and gentlemen, the very multi-talented Rew Starr. Rew, good morning, good afternoon.
Thank you so much. Wow, that sounds like a busy person.
Oh, I gotta say, you're pretty busy yourself.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, songwriter, web show host, illustrator, actress. Boy, it's exhausting.
And then mom comes first, you know.
Oh, mom, that's right. You know what? I totally forgot you're a mom.
That's okay.
I
didn't forget.
It's just like I'm looking like, mom. Okay, where's it's like for some reason I didn't find her, or must have been hidden in code.
Maybe it's not there, but I remember that comes first for me.
Right,
exactly.
Right. We'll talk about your momhood, your career, and everything else, and your show, Rew, Who, and Who. So Rew and Who, or Brew should say. And before we get into all that, tell us how I first got started.
Rew and Who?
Just how you first got started in your career.
Well, I always feel my life is a bunch of mishaps. It's like whatever doors I'm knocking on, they usually don't open. And it's some door I never heard of that comes and knocks on my door and then gets me started. And that's pretty much how most of my career has been in all the facets you've mentioned, basically. Every single one has its own little unique story. I always dreamt of being a songwriter and singer, and was too kind of nervous to do it. I was just busy like doing what I thought I should be doing in life. And then I ran into someone who said, look, I want to write songs. I don't sing or write words. I just want to play the guitar, and you look perfect. So let's start writing. And we did. And we wrote and went to an open mic and then got booked as a gig. And then my music career never stopped since then. And that's how that started. My Rew and Who, I actually was asked to be a co-host on a show, and then the host quit. So then it landed on my lap and became my show. And that's how that one happened. My illustrating, I just have a pandemic art collection. I had no intention of doing this whatsoever. But that weekend of March the 13th to the 15th, when it all hit the fan, I had my little 10-year-old niece with me, and we were coloring, and she wasn't finishing her drawings. And it was Friday, March 15th. And I said, can I finish that? And she's like, yeah. And then I drew my own drawing and I posted it. And as soon as I posted it, someone said, I didn't know you drew. Can you draw something for me? And I was like, wow, I don't know if I can draw something for you, but I'll try. And I did it. And then the next day, someone asked me to draw something for them. And then we were in pandemic, and all of a sudden I said, well, now that this thing started, until it's over, I'll draw a drawing a day from people's suggestions. And I didn't know that it would go to today was 302. But yeah, so I have been drawing a day since this pandemic began, also not planned. And as far as acting, I got a phone call from someone who said, I'm in an indie feature film and I need a mom, and you would be the perfect one. Will you please play my mom in a movie? And I went for it, and now I've been acting a lot ever since then. So each one, like I said, I mean, I knock, and the door I don't know is the one that knocks on me. And that's how all of those things happened.
That is so fascinating. You're talking about being cast as a mom, and how many mom roles have you had?
A lot.
Wow.
I've had a lot of mom roles. I get a lot of mom. I get a lot of like bipolar crazy women. I get a lot of that. And then I just get a lot of like quirky kind of people. But then I can clean up too. I played an editor of the New York Times once. I've played a doctor. And then I've played a lot of mental patients.
And yet you can play one on TV. You do a great job of it. So yeah.
I hope to.
And of course, you said you're being a mom yourself too. And then how many children do you have? It seems like
I have two incredible daughters that are beyond my wildest dreams. They're, make me just so lucky and proud every day. And I have a little doggie named Jaja Gabon, who is my pride and joy. And she does a lot of work with me. She plays my dog in a lot of acting gigs, and we're in a lot of people's music videos. And now I've become like the woman with the dog. Like I sometimes even get hired now, like me and Jaja, we get hired as like a package. And yeah, it's been amazing. She's so good. She's just amazing. She's just so cute too. Oh, I can't believe her. I know.
And, that's amazing. You talk about these roles and how they came about. And who are some of your favorite actors, actresses, and musicians and singers growing up?
Who were mine?
No, yes.
Oh, I have so many. I have so many. I love, of course, Audrey Hepburn, and I love well, talking about films and who I love, there's a very special movie called To Sir With Love that this whole experience is brought me to you, truthfully. I have a band called the Rewlettes, and we covered the song To Sir With Love from the film, and now we're releasing a music video for the film, which is one of my favorite films. I love Lulu, and I loved Pamela. I can't remember her real name, but the girls in that movie were just so cool. They're so Goldie Hawn, but English, and someone from Canada named Zest Radio Show asked me many years ago, he was a fan of Rewandwho, and he said, would you ever consider doing the song To Sir With Love? And it took like years to get it to the right time. And I work out of a label in Baltimore called Monterey Records. And I asked them if we could do that song. And they were like, yeah. And I brought my band, the Rewlettes, down there in the summer of 2019. We did the song. We were so lucky, and it came out so great. And then Zest wanted a music video, and he had a director in mind named Christopher Martini. And Christopher is like an award-winning documentary maker. And he was like, sure, I'll do it. He loved it. But he said he was busy till the end of the year. So we had to start like in 2020. So what happened was I meet with him in January of 2020. He wanted to bring in Jimmy King, who was his artistic director, who was Bowie's personal photographer. All those last pictures of Bowie you saw were all from Jimmy King. He has, oh my gosh, he showed us like the shots, and it's just like mind-blowing. So he was a creative director and was supposed to come in for it. So we planned this video, and it was supposed to be done in March. March 21st was our day to shoot it, and we all know what happened. So then we decided March 28th, and then April 25th, and then when the pandemic is over, and then we realized this is not ending so fast. So by now, one of my bandmates is in Utah, one is living in Georgia, the director's now in Washington, D.C., I'm in New York City, and the bass player is upstate New York, and we decided to figure out how to do a virtual video, and the director came up with doing it all through FaceTime. Wow. And that's how we shot it. And it was a summer project. He like booked a day with each of us. Sometimes we had to reshoot the whole day too. Like days got changed because of weather, and somehow, and Jimmy King never was able to come, but he helped virtually through artistic design in the video, and one thing led to another, and now we have a finished To Sir With Love video, and it's debuting on January 23rd. And the tie-in is for every play, for the first 10,000 plays, 10 cents is going to Feed the Children, which is a charity that feeds the children internationally because they believe that every child deserves a meal before school. And To Sir With Love took place in school. And wow. He even gave, did you see the movie To Sir With Love?
I remember it's been a while back. I mean, yeah. I've seen it, but I could hardly remember. If I watch again, it'll probably come back. It's
on YouTube, so you can watch it. It's the whole movie's on YouTube, and it's Sidney Poitier. Like so many movies came from that movie that copied it. It was definitely a groundbreaking movie, and so here we are, feeding the children with our To Sir With Love, the video that wouldn't quit. And now it's ready to be played, and it's ready to save, do some goodness in the world right now. Uh-huh. So that's my spiel on that. And as far as like actors and singers, I love Barbra Streisand movies. I love Funny Girl. Funny Girl is one of my favorite movies in the world.
I remember. I love it. Yes, I love that one.
Oh, I loved it so much. I always could relate to that lady in that movie. The Rose, Bette Midler in The Rose was another character. People have even told me, like, I remind them of that character, So, like, I kind of relate to, like, singer actors, but I like a lot of people, and I really am not a genre kind of person. I like every genre, and then I don't like every genre at the same time. It has to be something that directly connects to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I love a good sappy movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so into like science fiction and all that stuff.
Right, and of course you rattled off those movies as well too. What are some of my other favorite movies growing up?
Oh, Gone with the Wind, of course, and what else? Oh my gosh, I it's hard to think like that when you're just like, what were your favorite movies? Of course, my mind goes blank, and then of course, when I'm not thinking about it, I'll think about 200 movies that I loved so much.
You can answer it any time. You're not under the gun or anything. It's like there are days I forget how many cups of coffee I had or what I had for breakfast, and then something will pop up later on too after that's all said and done. So it's quite common. So
I mean, I know that the first R-rated movie I ever saw was Five Easy Pieces. My parents took us to see it. I was such a little kid, and I thought it was like the coolest thing on earth to see an R-rated movie. And then I saw Love Story, and I saw it the same day that I saw Gimme Shelter, because we like snuck into the other theaters. You used to do stuff like that. You used to go to the movies for one day and see like 6 movies, like, I mean, I miss those days.
Or you just simply like sneak through and, just watch the middle of it, hide, stick around and watch that, sneak over and, go all the way around. Now with all the security and everything, they probably...
Yeah, it's not like it was.
Yeah, exactly. And they think you lose money and all that. And what I did back in the day, and I'm probably telling my secrets, is that, of course, the cost of concessions was outrageous, but where we lived was a drugstore, and you bought candy, I bought soda and everything else. And we wear like winter coats, and we just sneak them in, or sometimes
absolutely bring in that popcorn.
Yeah, and my dad made better popcorn sometimes in the movie theater, and we just like sneak that in. So it's like,
why not? Of course, you got to. Of course, yeah.
Nobody said a word, nobody cared, and I can remember some of the movies we saw there. Some good, some bad, and whatever else. And now it's just like, with the pandemic shutting down, people are just missing on the movie experience.
I know, but it's also like how with all the streaming things, it's like people were starting to miss out on it anyway. I mean, in movies, it's just not the same. Well, I don't want to sound like, things changed. Now it's a different platform of how you watch your movies. I mean, I appreciate makeup. I used to do makeup for a few years, and my friend actually turned into like a real amazing makeup artist. Wow. She works on a lot of films. She did, oh my God, she was on Broadway for Spider-Man, and the one that closed, like she's done so much. And we used to do makeup together a long, long time ago. But my thing was like, I could always do makeup on everyone to look like me. I could always do it one way. I couldn't like do it like a million different ways. And so I'm always looking at makeup in film and television. To be honest with you, I just had a guilty pleasure. I just binged watched the new Dynasty. I had I had no intention of doing this. I didn't even want to watch it. I would see it and skip it. And then one day something just made me watch it, and it sucked me in. I love this show. I'm so sad I just finished it. The makeup and hair and clothes. Oh my God. I could just watch that show for every episode. And it had like a slapstick to it. It wasn't like the old Dynasty, which I loved. I did love that show back in the day. Dynasty was my favorite. Fallon Carrington. I once went to Atlantic City, and I kept saying my name was Fallon, and I won so much money. I had never been there in my life. Even I went there on a $10 bus. I was living in Philadelphia, and you would get like a $10 bus, and then they'd give you a roll of quarters to go into the casino. I went in there. I went home in a cab. Even walking out of the casino, I won like a slot machine. Like, I mean, like everything, how they tell you that can happen. Trust me, it never happened again. The next time I went, I had no money, and I luckily ran into someone who drove me home. But it was just, I know. But yeah, I never was gambled. I'm not like a gambler. I mean, I've dabbled in other stupid things, but that's not one of them. But I did have both experiences in a very short time, and that was enough.
Wow, that was something. And we'll talk about your projects, including Rew and Who and more. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention The Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give a shout out to our official sponsor, international award-winning author Mia Mohsen-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, then you love Missing by Mia Mohsen-Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mia Mohsen-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Missing by Mia Mohsen-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Also heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here, songwriter, web show host, illustrator, and actress, the multi-talented Rew Starr here on The Mike Wagner Show. And before we talk about, some of your projects, let's talk about your web talk show, Rew and Who, you've done for quite some time as well, 7 years. And once again, tell us more about that. And, where can we find you?
Sure, I will tell you about Rew and Who, but you just made me think, wasn't there a movie Missing with Sissy Spacek? I love Sissy Spacek. She's one. I love Loretta Lynn when she played Loretta. I'm thinking of all these things. I love, Susan Sarandon and everything she does. And, oh gosh, it just doesn't end. But Witness, did you ever see the movie Witness? With Harrison Ford, and oh my God, I love that movie. So there's tons of movies that I love. But as far as Rew and Who is a web show. It's a talk show. It celebrated rising stars and living legends, and we had many pass through the show. It was really formed, in my opinion, on Marilyn Monroe's quote, "Everybody is a star and deserves their right to shine." And we wanted to give everyone Andy Warhol's 15 minutes, which we did. And the show is incredible. I look at episodes and I just can't believe how good it was. We had thousands of people literally pass through the show every Wednesday, 4 to 6. And then we would have our Brooklyn edition once a month on Fridays. And I wanted to take it all over the world and highlight rising stars and living legends everywhere. I did a couple out of London. I did one out of Prague. I did one in Vermont. I did them in LA. I was lucky enough to do it in various places. But the show, like is 24/7 of your life. And between producing, booking, hosting, getting the talent, doing every single aspect of it. I did have helpers all the time, and I'm so grateful for all of them. I had amazing help. But the second I ended my show was the second I got my first role in a play. And that's how it just happened. So it just took a new direction. But since the pandemic, I was asked numerous times to bring it back. And somebody James Lane, who works for Hot Indie Media, contacted me and said he would be my helper and help me do a show. And he said, let's do one show. I said one. And now we just had episode 58. Woo! So, So 59 is tomorrow night. And it's a show that we're doing through Zoom, and it streams live on Facebook and all the other places as well. And it's where, artists can come and do a song. Sing a poem, do a monologue, share art, a smile, your aura. And it just is the show that never quits, man. I don't know. It just has its own life. I'm just there to manage it. That's how I feel. But I've met thousands and thousands of amazing people. We had really incredible talent. Alan Merrill, who is someone that became my brother. I'm not sure you know his name, but he wrote the song "I Love Rock and Roll." He wrote that song.
Yes.
Joan Jett sang it, but he wrote it. And he passed away from COVID. And he always called me his little sister. And I know he's an angel now watching over, but that's his baby, I Love Rock and Roll. And nobody knows it. And it's really important that the world finds out. Joan Jett acknowledged it after he died. She tweeted about it. Like, if he didn't write that song, I wouldn't be Joan Jett, basically. But she, never really, people always think she wrote that song. And that's fine. I mean, a lot of songwriters aren't the ones that get the credit. It's the one that gets it. But a lot of people did cover that song. And every time you hear it, just know it's Alan Merrill who wrote. He actually put it out first from his band, The Arrows. They were very big in England. And she heard it. She heard them sing it. And that's how she wanted to do it.
Wow.
And yeah. Look it up. Look up The Arrows and I Love Rock and Roll. They had a TV show. And that's where they sang it. And I can even tell you what that song's about. I can even tell you how he is such a brilliant songwriter that, how he would sing it in this day and age. Mm-hmm. He told me because he was my brother from another mother. And the song was a response to It's Only Rock and Roll, but I like it. Yes, I do. You know that song, right? The Rolling Stones?
Oh, yeah. Rock and Roll. Oh, yeah. I grew up in the 60s and 70s. That gives you an idea how old I am. So,
yeah. So anyhow, that song was a big hit. And he knew the Rolling Stones because he was living in England. So he wrote I Love Rock and Roll in response to It's Only Rock and Roll, but I like it. So he wrote I Love Rock and Roll and, put another dime in the jukebox, baby. You know what we would secretly sing in these days? Alan made it up. Alan made it up, not me, because he would say, I love rock and roll. Put your credit card in the jukebox, baby. He's brilliant like that. Right, Alan? I know he's watching from heaven right now.
And he predicted correctly, just like Nostradamus. Yeah, we take credit cards to play music.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
God. Whoa.
I know.
Well, I still have my dimes on me right now. They're no good, to be honest with you.
Can you believe it? Only when you're shopping and you have to look for the exact change or something. I know.
Right. And of course, who else you had on the show that was that's pretty much well known? Like, say, you had comedian.
Well, someone you might know. We had Ian Lloyd. The song Louie, 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 Louie.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite. Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, he came on the show a few times. George Clinton passed through. We had a lot of rising stars too. Just so many people passed through that show. A lot of people that were local New York artists. We had Adam Ant's drummer, this guy Dave Barbarusso, who also played with Bow Wow Wow. We had to me, everybody's equally celebrity. So the girl next door to me is just as amazing. We had designers and authors, New York Times bestsellers, you name it. We had amazing guests on our show continuously. And now they come on Renegade Rew and Who, to do the success. Mm-hmm.
That is so amazing. And where can we find Rew and Who at?
Well, it's all over YouTube. If you Google Rew and Who on YouTube, you can find a lot of episodes. And then I got nervous on YouTube because they would sometimes flag me for, content. Sometimes people get a little racy or something. And I didn't want to lose those videos. So now I have Rew Starr on YouTube also. And the end half of the show is all there. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Plasmatics.
I remember that very well. I dated a punk rocker and she was big into Plasmatics and practically looked like her. It's what was it? The chainsaw.
Oh my God. Well, she, unfortunately passed away, but Richie Stotts, who was a Plasmatic, was like a saint to me, and he was good friends with Joey Ramone, who I knew Joey pretty well, and they were mentors to me. But so I mean, my show moved to the venue that we shot at for 7 years on Joey's birthday.
Wow.
And yeah, so I know Joey's always watching. We had a bunch of Ramones come on, and we had a lot of, oh my God, Mark Hudson. Did you ever hear of Mark Hudson? Mark Hudson wrote, he's Kate Hudson's uncle. And not that but that's not his claim to fame. If you Google him, he wrote songs for a lot of people, like bands that you would go, holy cow, like big time. And we had like people that ran the Beatles fan club, like, you know, like we had a lot of different types. May Pang, do you know who May Pang is? She was John Lennon's like mistress. She was on our show. David Peel. Do you know who David Peel is?
I was going to say, John Lennon's mistress. How many mistresses did he have? Did Yoko Ono get pissed off about that too, or what?
Truthfully, Yoko supposedly set it up.
Oh, really? It's
yeah. I could find some episodes and share screen if you want. I mean, yeah, there's pretty crazy stuff, you know, that came out on my show.
I was reading some stuff about John Lennon and Paul McCartney, you know, having their thing with like, you know, girly magazines and all that. And then John and Paul doing this, John and Paul doing that. And I was talking to a guy that he actually, John Lennon said, hey, can I get you something? Can I get something to eat, drink? And it's like, he made sure he was okay. And it's like, everybody thinks John's a strange guy, but sit down and talk to him just as a regular person. It was, hey, can I get you something? You know, can I get you something?
Exactly.
Do for you. I mean, that's just so rare these days, you know, when it comes to, you know, famous people like that. So,
I even got to interview Roman Polanski through, he was doing a press conference in a hotel in Soho via screen. And I was able to ask him a few questions, which was pretty amazing. I never expected to have been able to do that. Roman Polanski, he was really funny. He was nice. I mean, holy cow. I know. It was crazy, though. Mm-hmm. So many people came through the show. Mm-hmm. Did you ever hear of Ingrid Michaelson? She did a little clip for me. Like Jackie Stewart, the race car driver, that was part of with Polanski, because he did a movie about race cars. And then Kim Fowley, do you know who Kim Fowley was? He's the person that actually put together the Runaways, Joan Jett's first band.
Oh yes, I remember now. That's right. My daughter.
Yeah, I did a long, like hour-long interview with him, which is hilarious. And unfortunately, he's passed away. So many people that have been on the show have got their angel rings now, but I'm so grateful I have the footage. David Peel, though, was another guest. He do you remember him? He, you know that song Up Against the Wall, Mother?
Yes, I remember. Yeah,
that's David Peel. He actually he's another one that I know pretty well, and he's also now an angel, but he was our last guest on the show. Joey Ramone's birthday had started, and it ended with David Peel. And then right after he was on our show, not very long after, he went to heaven. And that to me was the perfect ending, having David Peel as the finale. It just was magical.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was a lot of everything. I mean, I'm grateful for every guest that ever passed through, but there's tons of them. And yes, if you go to YouTube/rewandwho, REWANDWHO, you will see a lot of stuff, a lot.
We certainly will. And we'll talk about some of your awards when you did some drawing and also teaching guitar and also being in acting and more. And we'll be back on the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs, and brought to you by our special sponsor, international award-winning author Mia Motion Zia of Missing. We'll be back in 1 minute after this timeout with Rew Starr on The Mike Wagner Show.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real-life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple, and more. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, where The Mike Wagner Show interviews great guests, cool conversation, lots of laughs, coffee, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today.
Hey, this is Ray Powers. And if there's one thing you can count on in these unpredictable times, it's that you're in good hands getting some great radio, courtesy of The Mike Wagner Show.
We're here with the multi-talented Rew Starr, songwriter, web show host, illustrator, and actress on the Mike Wagner Show, and also a firebrand as well, too, by the New York Times. And, tell us about that. I keep forgetting to mention you're a firebrand. So it's like, my God, you're on fire as a brand.
They just wrote that. I never even knew what it really meant until they wrote it. I was just lucky to get a little write-up in the New York Times, and who doesn't want to write up in the New York Times once in their life, right? Exactly. So it was just a really nice thing. And the person who wrote it has really become a friend of mine because she's always extremely supportive. She wrote about the show, has come to see me play, and she's just, we've even gone to lunch, I met her because it's interesting. Do you remember Lisa? She was an artist. Like, I wonder if I take you home.
Oh, you mean Lisa and Cult Jam?
Yeah, the Cult Jam. Yeah.
Lost in the Mold Jam. I remember that.
Yeah. Well, I teach. I do sing along. I did sing along it was the longest job I ever had. I did sing along in Head Start, nursery school, daycare, after school, summer camps, you name it. I was the one coming into classroom, going room to room to room to room to room, singing for the kids. And then I did after school at a school when I did Glee Club. I was the Glee Club teacher and I was the guitar teacher, which I still am, supposedly, if school ever comes back. And the principal of that school, believe it or not, is Lisa's sister.
Oh, my goodness.
The principal. Yeah. So Lisa comes every year to do a show. And at the Lisa concert this year, that's when I met this person who wrote for the New York Times, and we just started talking. And then she was like, I want to write about you. And that's how that happened. See, once again, I knock on every door, and the door I never even knocked on. That's how it happens with me. I still knock a lot, but I feel like if I don't do the knocking, the other door is not going to come knock on mine. I don't know. What do you think, Mike?
I would say so too, or whatever happens, it happens. Sometimes people knock on the wrong door and you unexpectedly hit the right door. It's like things come to you. So, I mean, look at this. It's like I did just to pick up some confidence in interviews, and look what happens. 600 plus shows later, here we are.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a lot of groundwork. It's a lot of work to get those doors to come knock on yours, because you got to have to have the goods for those doors to even happen,
Right. Exactly. And plus, you also got an award as well, too. Acro Awards 2020 nominees. And you also your art capture the attention of a mental health community, and it's so important to have art in mental health as well. So,
yeah, I feel art is the best way for everything. I think the world could be healed if people just did art. And I'm not somebody who believes in drawing inside the lines. I believe outside of the lines is just as perfect. I don't believe in the perfection and the, Photoshop everything. I mean, I love filters. I'm not going to lie. I think every aspect of you playing around with different ways of things appealing to you is perfect. I have a song called Imperfect Girl, and my daughter made the video. My daughter's made a few videos for me of my songs, and her whole approach, it was her idea of how to make this video, and we did it all through the summertime, not COVID, the one before, and it was just amazing. We just contacted as many women as we knew, every color, size, denomination you could imagine, and filmed them doing what they do. And this whole video just celebrates every perfectly imperfect woman. And that's how I believe art should be. I feel like if prison had like rooms, I want thought of this, but like if you could just go in a room full of mud and just not care about getting dirty and just be in mud, I just feel that would be so healing, and it would just take aggression out. There's ways to do things. It's like clay too, I guess, but I feel mud would be better because I feel like the finished product is not always the best thing. I think that doing the project and having less expectation for a finish would just change the way people feel in a lot of different areas. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, yes, it does. And it's very important as well, too. We can also check out your artwork on the website. We'll have you talk about it later as well, too. And you also mentioned the Rewlettes as well, too. And what's been happening with the Rewlettes, and what do you got planned for 2021 with the Rewlettes?
Well, we're releasing the video, like I said, and now the Rewlettes are spread all across the country. So should this pandemic end, we would love to be able to play again together and reunite and have a reunion and spread the word of To Sir With Love and all the other songs that we love to play. It would be amazing. I mean, we're going to have like a little Zoom get together in a few days to talk about the video release and to spread that all around the globe, because now, you can really spread things around the globe much easier than it used to. I mean, Zoom really has become the new technology for everywhere. We have people from Portugal come to our show every week, England, Germany. You can be anywhere and be in the same room with whoever you want right now. There's no limits really into how many people you can really spread the word to. So, we can't play because there's a delay when you play on Zoom. Like, it's not as easy as you think, but playing music together, there are, I think, ways you can, but live would be so much more fun. I do have another band I play with too called the Rude Ones. And we did have a summer pandemic miracle where someone came up to me and asked if they wanted to do a music video. And I got my band who was here, and we filmed a video on a rooftop in New York City during the summer. And it was just a magic moment. It was just, it's amazing. It's called Like I Never Knew. And it's the Rude Ones, and City Jam Music put it out. And it was just an amazing miracle for us to get together. I've only seen my band, like I saw my bass player 3 times through this thing. We played once in Tompkins Square Park. Then with my drummer, we played in a little project thing in Brooklyn over the summer, actually in October. And then we shot the video. And those are the only 3 times we've even gotten together. Wow. So it's kind of like, it's very, very weird not being able to play. We just got booked to play in March. But who knows what's going to happen, because no venues are open. Certain venues are doing live stream shows, like you go and play and then it streams. But it's just all twilight to me right now.
Yeah.
How is it where you are? Is everything closed or open?
I think it depends on our region as well. Some are open, some are closed, and we also got freedom as well too. And I mean, I'd rather be in my backyard just grilling and just having a brew as well too with family. So you have to worry about the pandemic or whatever it is. As long as you have open space, nobody bothers you. I mean, we're basically good to go. And of course, there's also acting as well too. I think you touched up a little bit about that. You won Best Actress in Stella in a $200 rhinoceros, and of course what they'll remember, and maybe a little bit about the movies, and of course, nothing going on a pandemic, and maybe just talk a bit about those. And then afterwards, you can just tell us what you got coming up for 2021 and beyond for you.
Sounds great. Yeah, I've been nominated. I truthfully, I haven't won yet. I've been nominated twice for one play and one film. And I hope to, I have been getting some acting work during the pandemic. I just was privy to a screening of a film that was shot during the pandemic. And the people who were in the movie just got to see the preview of the film. It's called New York Dreams, and I play a foster mom to an amazing up-and-coming actor named Eves. He is just like a huge, I didn't even know anything about him when I was playing his foster mom. Thank God. I would have been so nervous if I knew who he was. He is like a huge activist, and him and I have the same birthday, which we totally bonded on.
Oh,
and
gosh. Woo.
It was amazing. And if you go on Instagram and look up the Eavesdropper, YVES, Eves, the Eavesdropper, he is my freaking foster child in this movie. And I just got to see the film the other day, and it's like coming out whenever they release it, but we got to finally see it. And it was shot in May and June of this year. And it was just an amazing experience, and seeing it was great. I just also got to shoot a film last weekend where I played this woman named Dina, and she had a podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Which is so funny. I know. And so, I mean, when I get these little bits of work, I've done a few like infomercials over the summer. I mean, I've gotten actually luckier with a couple of acting jobs here and there than music jobs mostly. But whatever I get, I'm super, super grateful for. And I just hope to keep working in 2021. I have a lot of dreams. I mean, one of my dreams is to get my song on a TV show that goes into residuals for the rest of my life. That's like always been a dream for me. And to get now acting, I would love to get on a series of some sort. And it's funny, I just got a little note from someone today whose film I was in a while back with Jaja, and Jaja was in this film that I just got to see, and he just said he's working on a series. This friend of mine who's moved to LA, and he said he had me in mind. So you never know. You never know. I mean, I don't know. I just, I don't take anything for granted, and I get totally excited with every little possibility. I know.
Wow. And so that's so amazing. We talked about what you got coming up for 2021 and beyond. You've got a lot. We're here with Rew Starr here on the Mike Wagner Show. Very multi-talented out of New York City. Very big thank you for your time. And just a couple of things before we go here. We'd love to have you back sometime this year and beyond. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
The biggest influence in my career is probably, my grandmother was in vaudeville, and she worked with Jimmy Durante, and she always used to tell me, keep your feet on the ground and your head out of the clouds and be nice to everyone, and always know that the only way you get better is by studying other people's work, because they already did it. And, to get better at your craft, just constantly study other people doing it, and really respect everybody who's made it. And, that's something that really influences my thinking. I just respect so many people that do it. And I love to sit and observe and watch. And I do think living in New York City gives me a lot of insight, because there's so many kinds of people everywhere you look all the time. There's so many things to study just walking down the street, and to not take things too personally, because today I was walking with my dog, and a man yelled at us for throwing out like garbage that I didn't know. He must have been the super, but like it was teeny tiny tissue. and I just like flung it in the garbage. You're the first person I'm telling this to. And he freaking lost it on me and started yelling like, whose garbage do you think it is? You don't live here. Get it out, or I'm going to wipe it all over your face. This guy just had so much anger. And I went and got the garbage was empty. I had to dig all the way down and get it out. It's this teeny piece of paper. And I said, and I'm like, I'm sorry. And he's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I got it. And he's like, all right, thank you. But you don't live here and don't ever do it again. And me and my little dog like walk off the street. And I'm just like, God, how is there ever going to be world peace?
It is sad. It is sad. And of course, we're the ones that are supposed to keep that up here. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Just appreciate your life and, don't take everything so seriously. Be kind. And, if you make a mistake, say you're sorry and just live your passion because, I was once told recently that your best days of life haven't even happened yet. So I kind of like to believe that as bad as it is, I feel super lucky in a lot of ways. And sometimes, even on a bad day, I have to keep reminding myself that my best days haven't even happened yet. So it's really keeps me having something to look forward to.
Exactly. Yeah. And once again, we're a songwriter, web show host, illustrator, and actress, the multi-talented Rew Starr on New York City Mike Wagner Show. Rew, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely inspirational. Looking forward to having you again soon. Keep us up to date. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, where can people check out your work and also check out your podcast?
Well, yes. Our project is the To Sir With Love music video coming out on January 23rd. You can go to my YouTube channel, which is YouTube/Rew Starr, REWSTARR, just like it is right here in the Zoom link. And To Sir With Love will be there. You can reserve your premiere video reminder. And you will be helping feed the children. 10 cents to every play goes to that charity. So you can find me on YouTube, on Instagram. If you Google Rew Starr on all those places, I have way too many pages. I am all over this bloody internet. No matter where you look, pick a place, I'm there. And if you just look up my name, Rew Starr, at any of those things, you will find me. And I would be so happy to hear from you.
That would be great. Once again, Rew, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And don't forget to keep in touch. And let's do again very soon with a Rew and a Rew and whatever else. You've been great.
Thank you so much, Mike Wagner. Have a beautiful evening.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real-life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.